Good morning, this is Shelby Law with the Great Basin Smoke Dispersion Briefing for Friday, May 14th, 2021. Precipitation for the past 14 days is shown here with the observed amounts on the left and the percent of normal on the right. It's been a fairly dry couple of weeks, especially for western and central portions of the Great Basin. The eastern tip of the Great Basin has seen a little bit of precip, especially western Wyoming and the higher elevations of northeast Utah, but fairly dry overall. We quickly look at our fire danger across the basin. We can see that for the northern 2/3 of the area, fire danger is not too high. We are in green up across most of these areas, so we're not particularly worried about a lot of large fire spread right now in those areas. However, further south across southern Nevada and southwest Utah and the Arizona Strip, fire danger is higher. It has been drier there for an extended period of time, and fuels are beginning to cure out. So this is where we would expect to see any more advanced fire behavior or fire potential if we have some. This morning's satellite imagery is shown here. We're looking at generally westerly flow in place today with some moisture in place over Idaho. We're looking at a little low pressure beginning to develop over the Pacific Northwest and Northern California that will actually drop through the western Great Basin or Nevada over the next couple of days and then move further east over southern Utah. So for this afternoon, again, still looking at some moisture in place across the north. May see some showers out of that over the southern Idaho border. Ventilation rates are high across the geographic area. And our transport winds are not too bad, not too strong really anywhere across the Great Basin today. May see some stronger outflows with any of that precipitation along the southern Idaho border. Mixing heights are very high across the area as well. On Saturday, we'll really see that low develop, dropping out of the Pacific Northwest into California and Nevada. And there's some moisture associated with this low, so we will see some showers, mainly over northern and western Nevada on Saturday. High ventilation rates across the area as well. Out ahead of that low on Saturday, we will see wind speeds pick up quite a bit over central and southern Nevada and southwest Utah. Gusts up to 40 miles an hour or so, or possibly a little bit higher in those areas, and that is where we are seeing more dryness in the fuels, so we could expect to see some fire spread if something were to get going down there in the right fuel bed. So windy tomorrow and dry across the south. Again, further north in northern Nevada, that's where we could see some precipitation as that low tracks further south. And mixing heights are pretty high, remain pretty high across the area. On Sunday, that low drops further south into southern Nevada. The winds die down as the low places itself over the southern Great Basin. We could still see some lingering precipitation right across this band from northern Nevada up into possibly northern Utah. Ventilation rates are high. And we'll see some lingering breezy winds, especially over southwest Utah and the Arizona Strip, but the winds die down across southern Nevada. Mixing heights still remain pretty high. The forecasted clearing index for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is pretty good for the state of Utah, very high rates all 3 days. The precipitation expected for the next 3 days is shown here, really highlighting some precip moving into northern and central Nevada, mainly on Saturday, and then possibly seeing some showers across northern Utah in that Sunday into Monday timeframe as well. So again, by Monday, that low continues to track across just south of the Great Basin, tracking east, and we'll see some moisture in place, remaining in place, tracking across Utah. It could see some precipitation over northern Utah on Monday. Ventilation rates are still pretty favorable across the geographic area. By Tuesday, that low has moved off to the east, but we're expecting another stronger low pressure system setting up off the Pacific Northwest coast, and we'll be preparing for that system to move in. Not expecting any significant precipitation out of this low, but possibly could see some wind out ahead of it. Ventilation rates are still pretty high on Tuesday. And then on Wednesday, that low still remaining in place, bringing some stronger southwest to westerly winds. generally dry, especially over southern and western Nevada. And then on Thursday, that low tracks across the northern Rockies, bringing a little cool front into the Great Basin. Probably won't see too much in the way of showers, although possibly looks like we could see some here in Utah, with Nevada staying on the drier side. So the accumulations for days 4 and 5, really not looking for that next low to do much in terms of precipitation. But could see some over the central Utah mountains. And this doesn't go into Thursday of next week, where we could possibly see a better chance of precipitation over Utah. The extended forecast for the third week of May, the 21st through the 27th, is calling for above normal temperatures, especially over Nevada and Utah, with below normal chances for precipitation across the Great Basin. This concludes today's smoke dispersion briefing. Please check back on Monday for the latest updates.